Anybody don't like it, come see the king. And we're gonna start with 50.
Yeah, I just seen the Breakfast Club. Jimmy popping on.
Before we begin, I want you to take a second and think about something. What happens when pride, reputation, and nearly 20 years of unresolved tension collide in one moment? Because what you're about to hear is just another rap beef. It's a story about ego, strategy, loyalty, and long memories in hip-hop. And if you're a real fan of the culture, I need you with me on this one. Drop a like right now if you love deep hip-hop stories, because this situation between 50 Cent, Jim Jones, and T.I. is way bigger than people think. Recently, leaked security footage began circulating online. The clip sparked a storm of rumors, claiming that Jim Jones and T.I. pulled up on 50 Cent backstage after weeks of tension. Immediately, the internet ran wild. Blogs started posting. Fans began choosing sides. And suddenly, it looked like this was about to turn into a physical confrontation. But here's the truth most headlines missed. This situation didn't start backstage. It didn't start last week. And it definitely didn't start in 2026. This story actually goes back almost 2 decades. And once you understand that history, everything happening now starts to make a lot more sense. So let's break it down. The real beginning of the war. To understand the tension, we have to rewind to the mid-2000s. At that time, New York hip-hop was dominated by 2 powerful camps. On one side was G-Unit, led by 50 Cent. On the other side stood Dipset, with Cameron at the front and Jim Jones right beside him. Both crews wanted the same thing: the throne of New York rap. This wasn't just friendly competition. It was about record sales, street credibility, industry power, and cultural influence. 50 Cent began taking shots at Cameron publicly, criticizing Dipset's business moves and questioning their relevance. At the time, Jim Jones was the main target. But when 2 crews are at war, everyone in the camp feels the tension. And things escalated in a way nobody expected. 50 Cent's most ruthless chess move. In 2007, 50 Cent made a move that shook the entire hip-hop world. During his ongoing feud with Cameron, 50 invited Jim Jones and Juelz Santana onto his concert stage as surprise guests. Remember, these were Cameron's own Dipset teammates. This wasn't peace. This was psychological warfare. Years later, 50 admitted he did it deliberately. The goal: to create doubt inside Dipset, to make Cameron question who around him was loyal. And it worked. The internal tension inside Dipset exploded. Jim Jones later described the move as calculated and manipulative. That moment planted a seed of resentment that never fully disappeared. And while that drama was unfolding in New York, another conflict was brewing hundreds of miles away. The T.I. tension. Between 2004 and 2007, 50 Cent also started throwing subtle jabs at T.I. The criticism centered around T.I.'s federal gun case. 50 questioned his toughness and implied the Atlanta rapper had it easier than others in similar situations. T.I. didn't respond right away. But disrespect in hip-hop has a long memory. And even when artists stay silent, they rarely forget. So by the late 2000s, 50 Cent had tension building on 2 different fronts. With Jim Jones, the issue was loyalty and crew politics. With T.I., it was respect and credibility. Both conflicts simmered quietly for years. But eventually, they would explode again. The social media era of the beef. Fast forward to the late 2010s. The rivalry between 50 Cent and Jim Jones resurfaced in the most unexpected way. Through social media, Jim Jones posted workout videos challenging 50 to a gym competition. On the surface, it looked harmless. But in hip-hop, even a gym challenge can carry meaning. It was basically a way of saying, I'm still here, I'm still strong, and I'm not intimidated. 50 responded exactly how people expected, with trolling, memes, mockery. Then Jones raised the stakes by suggesting a boxing match. But the fight never happened. The rivalry simply moved online, where 50 Cent thrives. The Tekashi 6ix9ine N.E. trial twist. Then in 2019, something happened that poured gasoline on the fire. During Tekashi 6ix9ine N.E.'s federal trial, Jim Jones' name was mentioned in connection with the 9 Trey Bloods. Wiretap conversations surfaced, and suddenly, the internet started questioning street affiliations and credibility. For most rappers, this would already be uncomfortable. But when 50 Cent saw the opportunity, he went all in. He reposted transcripts, screenshots, clips, and jokes aimed directly at Jim Jones. In hip-hop culture, accusations related to snitching or federal cases are extremely serious. And 50 used that narrative to troll relentlessly. Jones pushed back publicly, but the situation kept fueling the rivalry. The Verzuz challenge that changed everything. While all this was happening, another conflict was quietly heating up. During the pandemic era, the Verzuz Battle Series became one of the biggest events in music. And T.I. wanted smoke. He publicly challenged 50 Cent multiple times to go head-to-head in a Verzuz battle. T.I. believed his catalog could compete, but 50 wasn't interested. At first, he declined politely. Then he began suggesting T.I. wasn't on his level. For someone who proudly calls himself the King of the South, that dismissal hit hard. And T.I. made it clear he wanted the battle. Not just for himself, but for Southern hip-hop pride. But 50 never accepted the challenge. And that rejection would become a major part of the tension moving forward. 2026, everything explodes. After years of tension, 2026 became the moment everything boiled over again. First, Jim Jones criticized 50 Cent's documentary about Diddy. That comment triggered a new wave of drama. 50 responded in classic fashion. He posted alleged information about a property dispute involving Jones' podcast studio. Then he released surveillance footage showing Jones kicking a door while trying to enter the building. The internet exploded, but the footage didn't show a fight, just frustration. Still, 50 turned the entire situation into viral content. Memes, posts, and jokes. Meanwhile, T.I. launched his own offensive. In early 2026, he released multiple diss tracks aimed directly at 50 Cent. The songs accused 50 of being a bully and questioned his legacy. Even T.I.'s family members joined the online attacks. But 50's response: no diss tracks, no lyrical battle, just memes, emojis, and laughter, which many fans viewed as the ultimate form of disrespect. The real truth behind the feud. Here's the crazy thing about rap beef. It rarely begins with something huge. Usually it starts with something small. A comment, a lyric, a joke. But when pride and reputation are involved, those small moments grow into massive conflicts. That's exactly what happened here. For nearly 20 years, these three artists have been circling each other in the same industry. Sometimes clashing, sometimes ignoring each other, sometimes even working in the same business spaces. But the tension never fully disappeared. And that brings us back to today. Despite all the rumors, there has never been confirmed evidence of Jim Jones and T.I. physically attacking 50 Cent backstage. Most of the battle has been fought through music, interviews, social media, and psychological games. But one thing is certain: the rivalry is very real. And if history tells us anything, it probably isn't finished yet. Now I want to hear from you. If 50 Cent and T.I. ever actually did a Verzuz battle, who wins, 50 Cent or T.I.? And do you think Jim Jones will ever get the last laugh in this situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep hip-hop stories. And check out the next video on your screen right now, because the drama in the rap world is far from over.